financial management. As doctor said, it is very important for our personal point of view, for business point of view, and from your work of point of view. It is very important topic today, and I hope we will benefit from this topic in our professional life as well as personal life. So, as you know, the topic is it is it is part one, financial management part one. Since it is a lengthy topic, we are going to cover it in two parts. As you know, my name is Mohammad Saveer. I am working as an independent consultant, and I have got two master degrees, one in commerce, the other in political science. I am working in the development sector since 1984, and I have worked on a senior level positions with United Nations, USAID, CRS, Catholic Relief Services, and UNDP. And now I am working as an independent consultant since 2008. And I have rendered my services to major international like UN, World Bank, and other international as well as non, local non-governmental organizations. And these days I am doing classes for the students of AIU, and I would say it is a really honor for me for doing classes for the AIU. While talking about my services, I performed monitoring and evaluation for different organizations as mentioned for UN, for EU, and for international organizations, and carried out surveys mostly related to participatory appraisal, poverty appraisal, and research, qualitative and quantitative research. I have also provided services for producing disaster risk management plan uh, for the provincial government. As you know, I am working in Pakistan since I started my career, and I have performed all of my services here. And in Pakistan, there is a disaster management uh, authority, and it has offices at the provincial level. And I have produced, along with the team, the disaster risk management plan for 5 years, which was approved by the government, and as well as the standard operating procedures uh, for dealing with the emergency situation. I have been working with the community at the grassroots level, and I also trained the staff of non-governmental as well as governmental organizations how to work with the community and how to provide support at the grassroots level so that they can benefit from the available resources. I have carried out series of training need assessment before conducting the trainings, and in line with the results of the training need assessment, I developed training topic and presentation as well as the training material and carried out series of trainings uh, accordingly. I have also conducted training related to, I would say, the major topics were related to report writing, management, monitoring and evaluation, financial management, gender, and disaster risk management. And today, let's talk about the objectives The objective of today's class is to enhance knowledge and skill of AIU students so that we can benefit from this session and we can learn what is financial management and what are the concepts of financial management and the principles as well as the phases of financial management. We will also talk about the scope of financial management today and the importance of financial management and the role of finance team, like timely allocation of funds, managing risks, and so on. As far as the structure of class today is, uh, I will present according to the class objectives, and during my presentation, I will ask from the participants of this class some questions. So we are clear that we are learning during the class. And if you have any comments, you can please write your answers in the box of comment and chat while I will ask the questions, and you can put your questions also. And at the end of the session, there will be open question answer session uh, that will provide me an opportunity to respond to your questions, and then we will close the session. As far as the presentation is concerned, this PowerPoint presentation will be uploaded on the system of AIU so that everyone can have access to it. So now coming to the point, what is financial management? In fact, it is about planning, organizing, investing, leading, directing, controlling, monitoring financial activities, expenses against budget. While reading this, you will think that most of the terminologies and the terms you must have heard in in management, in general management. So that's right. Uh, Most of the terms, and it is in general related to um, management terms. Managing gains from investment to accomplish the overall goals of an organization. Financial management means management of all matters related to finance. It is related to finance where you perform all other activities which are related to finance. And the overall purpose is so that having the resources, financial resources, you can achieve the overall goals of your organization. The key point is that you have to accomplish the overall goal of your organization. Some of the terms in management you must have heard is like I have used. These are planning. So as far as the planning process is concerned, it is regarding establishing the goals and objectives of the project and determining the resources and actions needed to achieve these goals. So same planning when you talk about the financial management, in financial management, you also plan keeping in view your goals, and you organize the process, identifying which work is to be performed, and you assign the task to be done by the staff, and who is going to allocate the resources so that the task is accomplished. Leading, like same in the management, in the financial management, you also lead the staff, the individuals, so that your goals are achieved, and you motivate the staff and you encourage them and you support them in order to succeed. And you also keep controlling all these things, like exploring techniques regarding setting goals so that everyone knows where to go about, and you have system to measure the performance of the staff, and you have the feedback system for improvement so that you can achieve your goals within the resources you have available with you, or like the financial resources. So here are some of the financial terms which you use in the financial management. Like we have talked about the financial objectives, that you set objectives, and there is a term that is called risk management. I would say you have risks when you deal with the finances, and risk management, the insurance is one of the examples. You can say that you have the risk about the assets. For example, you have organizations car with you and you get third party insurance and you get it insured. So in a way, you manage the risks. So this is risk management. Financial planning, we have talked in the beginning. Cost benefit analysis, that the expenses you are making is whether it is beneficial and the cost is benefiting the outcome, or you are getting less profit, or you are making more expenses and have you are exceeding the cost. This is a system where you analyze and you have a framework for the cost benefit. And when we talk about the budgeting, most commonly this word is used. It is the estimation of income and expenses. Briefly, you know, the resources, the source of income from you are going to get the revenue, and what would be the expenses for a financial year. You prepare the budget and you spend within that budget, and investment, you make investments in order to achieve to get benefit out of that. So these are some of the terms we are going to use during this presentation. And as far as the principles of financial management, consistency. Consistency is very important principle of the financial management, where you have your system and policies, organizations, and these are consistent over a period of time. It doesn't mean that you change your policies uh, very frequently, but the thing is that you have very clear policy, and all of the organization staff and the force knows about the policies and act accordingly. It doesn't mean that you cannot change these policies and procedures over a period of time. The assessment is done and then you adjust accordingly. but it has to be consistent. Accountability. Without accountability, financial management cannot be, the objective of financial management cannot be achieved. The process through which a person is held answerable for his action and deeds. So you can ask someone that how he is or she is going to perform and has performed, and he or she is responsible for his or her action. The staff is responsible for that. And as far as the transparency is concerned, it is a matter of disclosure of financial information, such as companies' audited reports. And another example could be regarding sharing information with tax authorities, and it has to be very transparent. Viability, you must have enough cash for your ongoing operational costs. And this is again related to planning. You plan your cash inflow and cash outflow accordingly. You have all these amount available for the expenses. Integrity, the characteristics of financial system that operates a clean, transparent, and equitable way. Accounting standards. All the standards related to accounts must be defined clearly, and all of the staff must have clear policy and act accordingly. And all the transactions should be done according to that. Again, if we talk about the management, it is ongoing monitoring, controlling, reporting, evaluating. So these are the some of the major principles when you talk about financial management you have to keep in your mind while financial management. And now I have a question for you. Financial management principles are different from management principles. Is it true or false? I repeat, financial management principles are different from management principles. In the very beginning, we have talked about management and the financial management. Are the principles different for those? Please write down your answer. Okay, here we go. Answer is B, false. The answer says the financial management principles and management principles are the same. There is no difference between two of them. And we move on. So briefly talking about financial management objectives. Efficient financial management requires the existence of objectives. There are many purposes and advantages of setting financial objectives. We must set objectives for what? To ensure regular and adequate supply of funds, to ensure adequate return to the shareholders, which will depend on the earning capacity, ensure optimum funds utilization. And for setting financial objectives, you should decide what you are what are you going to use the money for, categorize your financial goals, set deadlines, prioritize your goals, know how much you know and you have and how much you want to have. And now briefly we'll talk about financial management cycle. Financial management cycle includes phases that are essential for the overall evaluation of financial management. That is planning and budgeting, resources allocation, operation, operating and monitoring, evaluation and reporting. Now you can see the cycle over here, the same. It starts with the plan, budget, resource allocation, operation, monitoring, evaluation, and reporting. You will find all these in the management also. So it is true also for the financial management. As far as the importance of financial management is concerned, it helps organizations in financial planning, acquisition of funds, and efficiently and effectively allocation of the funds which are received. Like we have talked about the cost benefit analysis. At that time, we do the cost benefit analysis and then we allocate resources accordingly and take care not to over invest in fixed assets. About the assets in the coming in the coming slides, I will discuss types of assets so you have a clear idea about the assets also. Balancing cash outflow with cash inflow, setting sales revenue target. You set targets for the sales and as well as revenue, and you control the expenses. Your expenses should not exceed your budget, and those should be cost effective always. Now, a question comes up, and please answer this question. Setting a financial goal is part of financial management. Is it false or true? Setting a financial goal is part of financial management. Please write your answers. The answer is true. Yes. Setting a financial goal is part of financial management. In the financial management, we always set goals. You must have heard about profit organizations and non-profit organizations, and the term which is used like non-governmental organizations and profit organizations, the companies. So briefly, we will discuss and we will have some clear idea what is the difference between for-profit organizations and non-profit organizations. When we talk about the profit organizations provide products or services to consumer to make profit, whereas the non-profit organizations provide services and benefits to the community without intention of earning profit or getting any benefit. For profit organizations, the companies, the organization make investment for profit, whereas non-profit organizations generate donations and funds from different sources, but they do not have any objective of earning any profit. They provide services on volunteer basis. Scope of financial management. As far as the scope of financial management is concerned, you must have got some ideas by now. It involves understanding the business requirement, making plans, and, managing all corporate transactions, managing the company's assets such as cash, machinery, land. It also tracks the cost, the expenses, and ensures the expenses are made within the limits. When we talk about profit making, the question comes for maximizing the profit, the cost should be, the question is it minimized, ignored, maximized, or upgraded? What is the correct option for that? Could you please write down your answers as usual? I repeat the question for maximizing the profit. The cost should be the option A, minimized. Option B, cost should be ignored. Option C, cost should be maximized or upgraded. What is the correct option? Now let's see the correct option. The correct answer is A. The cost should be minimized. Now we move. Financial management decisions. When we talk about the financial management, there are certain decisions those are made. These are investment decisions, financing divisions, dividend decisions, working capital decisions, and asset decisions. As far as the investment decision is concerned, investment decisions involve the evaluation of risk, measurement of cost and capital, and estimation of expected benefit from a project. Capital budgeting and liquidity are the two major components of investment. The question is, decisions related to investment in fixed assets are known business, finance decision, financial management, capital budgeting. It is regarding C, capital budgeting decisions. Financial decisions. Final Financial decisions are concerned with source of raising of finance, expenditure management, day-to-day capital management, assets management, and investments. These are the financial decisions. Dividend decisions. To achieve the wealth maximization objective, an appropriate dividend policy must be developed. Decisions must also be made with respect to dividend. Dividend, in fact, is when the earning of organizations are divided or given to the shareholders. Cash, it could be cash dividend or stock dividend. Working capital decision. Working capital management represents the relationship between a firm's short-term assets and its short-term liabilities. It aims to ensure that company can afford its day-to-day operating expenses, investing the company's assets in the most useful direction possible. As I mentioned earlier, that we will be discussing about asset decisions and types of decisions, types of assets. An asset is anything that holds value. Tangible assets For instance, machinery, computer, furniture, and building. These are the tangible assets. Intangible assets are business goodwill, business brand, lease, security, share bonds, and current assets. What are personal assets? Personal assets are what we own. For instance, you own a car, it is your asset, right? You have cash, it is your asset. You have any building, you have home, these are assets. You have jewelry, it is an asset. And in addition to that, a person's skills and abilities are also considered assets. Because if you have a skill, you can earn money. Test your knowledge, please. Could you please write down again? Which one is the tangible asset? Building, cash, machinery. Which is the correct option? Would you please write down the correct option? Which one is the tangible asset? Is it building, cash, machinery? A, C, and R the tangible assets. The answer is A, C are the tangible assets. Risk management. Risk management is the continuing process to identify, analyze, monitor, and evaluate the potential risks in advance for taking precautionary steps to mitigate the adverse effect of loss. Internal controls. Internal controls are the mechanism, rules, and procedures implemented by organization to ensure the integrity of financial accounting information. It promotes accountability and prevents fraud. For promoting accountability and preventing frauds, you must have internal controls. Internal audit is one of the examples. And now again, I have a question for you. Financial management helps in managing the company's assets, keeping the risk under control, setting financial goals, or all the above. Which of the option is correct? Could you please write down your answers? Yes, D is the correct answer, all the above. Now we will talk about approaches of financial management. It is a continuous process that contributes to the overall objectives of the organization. It involves continuous planning, monitoring, and adjusting strategies in response to changes in the business environment. Cost benefit analysis. As we discussed before, a cost benefit analysis is a systematic process of comparing the project or estimated cost and its benefit or opportunities associated with the project decision to determine whether it is economically beneficial or not. It is a systematic process, and you have a work frame for doing cost benefit analysis. Now, you must have got some idea by now that what should be the role of finance team. We have discussed about the timely allocation of finances. Yes, it is the responsibility or the role of finance team. Con- Consider the investment opportunities, and we have talked about the budget like plan for expansion and growth, develop the best capital structure for the enterprise, maintain working relationship with other staff. The finance team must have working relationship with other staff, for instance, human resource, administration, procurement. They must have working relationship, and it is part of financial role, the team. The finance team maintains proper balance between debt and equity so that the return to equity shareholder is high and their risk is low. Decide the appropriate time to raise the funds and methods issuing securities. Take all necessary actions needed to achieve the financial goal. In the very beginning, we have discussed that there must be a financial goal, and while planning financial planning, we set goals, financial goals for the organization. So this is from my side all about that. Now I request for questions or comments from you so that I may answer your questions.
Okay, let's go to Dennis Ogeto. Go ahead and unmute your microphone, Dennis Ogeto.
Hello, sir.
Hello. We can hear you.
Yeah. I think I'm audible now.
Ooh, but it's not very clear. Muhammad Sagir, can you hear what he is saying?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. I hope you can hear me. Hello.
Muhammad Sagir, we can't even hear you now. Let me see. Whoops. Let's try to go to Ria Uyada. Can you activate your microphone? Ria Uyada?
Yeah, sure. Hi,
Okay, go ahead.
everyone. Can you
Hello.
hear me?
Yes.
All right. My name is Rhea William Uyeder. I'm from South Sudan. I am a women's human rights and peace activist and also the founder and executive director of a feminist organization here in South Sudan called Crown the Woman. And I am very humbled, privileged, and grateful to be in this class today. I studied economics, so this is more of like a refresher uh, course for me, and I'm grateful to AIU and to Muhammad specifically for leading us through this. And my comment is to just say thank you, and I'm very happy to meet my classmates here, and I hope to network also further. The question I would ask in one of the topics that Muhammad covered was in financial management is to even ensure working with the relationships of staff, including HR. And for me, with that, I would ask a question that when do you make a financial decision to even decide that this HR is not doing the right kind of work and it's even affecting the entire organization? Because human resource programs and the finance, I feel like, in my personal opinion, make organizations thrive, you know. And if the human resource because there is importance in leadership, and if the human resource is not managing well, I feel even the finance will not perform well, you know. So where do we put our power the most? Into the financial management and staff, or into the human resource, or specifically the human resource managers, or things like that? I hope my